DIYers, what's going on? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking Chrysler Pacificas today. And in the event that your brakes are locked, we're going to talk about some common causes and basically a few things you can do or try to unlock those brakes. Let's take a look. All right, DIYers, we're in the garage, and on the far end is our 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. We've always got projects going on here. I promise you that. Here's our 1991 Z24 Cavalier. And many upcoming videos on my wife's 1995 Sea-Doo XP. That'll be fun. However, again, directing our attention to the Chrysler Pacifica, in today's video, we are going to talk about the common causes that lead to locked brakes. And hopefully we're going to help you unlock your brakes. Let's hop inside the driver's seat and get started. All right, DIYers, we are now sitting inside the driver's seat of, again, our 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. However, let's go to the center portion and direct our attention to the large control panel that has all of our push buttons, as you see there. And just to the left of that, you have your big adjustment knob that allows you to adjust or cycle through all of the settings or configurations inside your transmission. And below that, you see your electric push button for your parking brake. And I am going to start the engine by pressing on the brake and starting with the push button. And referencing our instrument cluster or control panel, as you can see, the engine is now running, and directly above our fuel register or quantity, you see a P, and that identifies that we are in the park position. Now, in the event that I push the brake down below and go to reverse, the R illuminates, and I'll come back up here, and that P now has converted to an R. And I'll come back to the adjustment knob and put it back in park. And I should be able to come up here and see that the R has reconfigured or transitioned to a P, which again signifies or represents the transmission is in the park configuration. And with that said, next, just take a look at your instrument cluster or panel and verify no lights are illuminated that shouldn't be, such as a red dot, your check engine light, or your parking brake light. However, in the event that yours is on, which it probably is, here's what to do next. Come down and push on the brake down below and cycle your electric parking brake push button. I will push it on. You can see the red light illuminates. Coming back up to the instrument cluster on the left gauge, you can see just above the needle is the word brake, and it is illuminated in bright red. And again, cycle it on and off a couple times. And hopefully that will reset your parking brake electrical push button and resend the proper frequency or communication through the electrical lines to your onboard computer, and let the computer know that, hey, I am working properly. There is no need to lock my brakes. So again, if it has not turned off, just recycle it another time, as you see there. And from here, I'm not going to hold the brake. I'm just going to turn it off. And coming up here, I wanted to show you that to release parking brake, press brake, basically explaining you got to be holding the brake to disengage that parking brake. And again, hopefully just cycling that a few times will allow your computer and this switch itself to recommunicate and tell each other that we are working properly, and the onboard computer will release and unlock your brakes. However, if that does not work, well, it's time to keep the engine running. We are going to grab our key fob and head outside of the vehicle. However, before we do that, I recommend rolling your window all the way down so you don't actually lock yourself out, which is unlikely because you have a key fob, but just in case, open a window. Taking a big step outside, we are now no longer inside the vehicle, as you can see, and this is our driver's side door, and it is the only door that has a little key insert as shown here. None of the other doors have one, not even the passenger front door. And we are going to direct our attention to that little key slot there. We're going to grab our key fob and pull our key out of the fob and cycle that internal mechanism. And what that does is that actually performs a reset in your computer. Got the camera set on the seat, and grab your key fob and locate the little push button on your key fob. And by pushing that and simultaneously pulling the key out, check that out. Your internal key comes out of the key fob. I'll show you that one more time. I'll push it in and lock it back in the secured position. Again, push that little push button right there and pull the key out. From here, let's go back outside and put this key inside that key slot and cycle it back and forth to reset the computer. Coming outside of the vehicle, again, driver's side, it's the only key slot available. I'm going to put the key in carefully. Don't damage anything. We are going to turn it counterclockwise or to the left because right now it is in the unlock configuration. And it is now locked. I wait about 2, maybe 3 seconds. And at that point, turn it right and unlock it. Wait another 2 to 3 seconds. And I recommend doing this 2 times. Back to the lock position. And you can see the door will not open. And back to the right and pull the key out. Again, that performs a system reset on the key fob and your electrical start stop push button. And the door is unlocked. From here, come inside and see if the brake is no longer illuminated on your instrument cluster or panel. If it is, come down to your electrical parking brake push button and push that off until that light is no longer illuminated and turned on. And from here, maybe wait 2 to 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, and allow the computer to recommunicate with the parking brake configuration that is being sent from your electrical push button there. Verify you are in the park position with your transmission. And if all looks good and all systems are communicating and configured properly, your brake should unlock, allowing you to drive home or to a shop to get your vehicle serviced to not allow this to happen again. And a quick reposition of the camera. I have now re-secured our key to the key fob. And again, that was common cause number 2. Common cause number 3, we are going to come down here and open up our hood and take a look inside the engine compartment. I want to talk about the negative terminal and negative cable securing to your battery. And the next reset we are going to do is disconnect the black negative cable from your main primary or larger 12-volt battery, which again will allow the system to perform a reset procedure. So in the event that the cycling of the key does not reset it, it's very possible that resetting the computer via disconnecting the black cable for about 5 minutes might do the trick. All right, DIYers, standing in front of the vehicle now. As you can see, there is our front bumper and Chrysler emblem on the grille, coming inside the engine compartment and to the right front portion. And we've got 2 batteries. We'll talk about that little one here shortly. Let's direct our attention to the larger and primary 12-volt battery. And coming to the right of it, you see the negative black cable feeding onto the terminal. There is the negative icon, and to loosen up and remove this connection from the terminal, you have a 10mm nut, and carefully unscrew that to a point where it will loosen up the grip on the terminal, and you can carefully wiggle this entire connection point up and off and shift it to the right. And again, leave it in the disconnected position or configuration for about 5 minutes at the absolute minimum. Some people wait 30 minutes, believe it or not, and that's okay. But again, 5 minutes at an absolute minimum, and that's going to reset your computer. After 5 minutes, carefully re-secure the connection onto the terminal. It might spark a little bit because you are re-establishing or introducing electrical power to your entire system. Again, that's normal. Don't be too alarmed by that. And secure that 10mm nut and verify that that entire connection point is secured to that terminal. At that point, I'd wait about maybe a minute, hop back in the vehicle and start the engine. And run through the exact same steps. In the event that your parking brake is off, awesome. Head home or to the shop to get your car serviced. However, if it is still on, cycle the parking brake push button, which is again electrical, and hopefully your brakes will unlock. So again, that is common cause number 3 and the reset procedure. And just to the left of that, there is a smaller motorcycle size or style auxiliary battery. And really its main purpose is starting and stopping the engine. So when you're out driving around and you come to a stop sign or a stoplight and you did not personally turn off your engine, but the system turned the engine off because you don't have auto start disengaged, well, once you release your brake, the engine is going to start again to allow you to ultimately begin driving again. And unfortunately, that takes a lot of wear and tear on your starter and this auxiliary battery. And believe it or not, we have actually had to replace that auxiliary battery. And if you ever run into starting issues, Definitely check out the link scrolling above. It talks about some common causes of why your engine is not starting. And again, DIYers, that's it. Hopefully this will help you get your brakes unlocked. From here, do us a favor, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.